Hey, what's up, Broadcast Church? Welcome to our online discipleship. If you're in a group, please make sure to contact your group leader about your holiday schedule. Some groups will continue to meet, and others will choose to slow down for the holidays. There will be no video for next week, but make sure to express your thanks for what God has done in your life. So with that being said, share one thing that God has done in your life recently that you are thankful for. If you're by yourself, journal about it. Press pause and click play once you have finished. Your Thanksgiving meal, it'll go through a process from the farm to the table. Your spiritual life also goes through a process. Let's review that really quick. We go from lost to found, found to free, free to trained, and trained to deployed. This week, we're going to focus on how to go from found to free. One of the reasons a lot of believers get stuck here is because they never learn to truly be healed. We looked at a physical healing that took place in the Gospel of John in chapter 5. It was the healing of the paralytic at the pool of Bethsaida. The man had been paralyzed for 38 years, but he had an encounter with the healer. Many of you have had that same encounter, going from lost to found. But how do you go from found to free? I shared 3 simple ways. Number 1, proactively seek community. Number 2, move from theory to practice. And number 3, give up the identity of being crippled. I feel like I have really hammered on point number 1 on Sunday and got many encouraging messages through the week and on the live feed and on the comments about how impactful point number 3 was. But I'd like for our groups to really focus on point number 2 today, moving from theory to practice. Many of us know what we need to do. In fact, we can tell others how to fix their problems. But if we're honest, most of us don't even know how to follow our own advice. We all know don't spend money that you don't have. And yet, a week from Friday, many of us will put money on our credit cards that we don't have. It's all theory and no practice. So how do you fix this? You go from being a critic to a player. You choose to put on the helmet, put on the gear, and actually get into the game. There's no more time for Monday morning quarterbacks. Players plan for battle. They go to practice, and they don't just show up on game day. They choose a team, and they are committed to that team. They train with that team weekly and sometimes daily. Are you a critic? Is that all theory for you? Or will you finally decide to be fully devoted, fully committed, and all in on your faith journey? Paul tells us of a war that's going on and that we have to face each day. He tells us there's a spiritual battle happening, and that if we want to withstand and be prosperous in the war, that we need to get ready. In fact, he says this, Ephesians 6:13. Therefore, put on every piece of God's armor so that you will be able to resist the enemy in the time of evil. Then, after the battle, you will still be standing firm. Put on, gear up. Notice he doesn't just say memorize. While that's good, it's more about putting on. It's like having a collection of armor and weapons, and they are all just display pieces. It looks good, but in wartime, nobody cares how shiny or cool it looks. Does it work? Does it keep you safe? Does it help you win? Does it help you stand your ground? I'd like for you and your groups to finish reading Ephesians 6 together. Walk through each piece of the armor. Talk about what it means to you. Why is that thing significant, and how does it help you win the battle? Go over the questions found in the description section, and remember to have an amazing Thanksgiving. We will gather to worship every Sunday, and I challenge you to be there or watch online. We will finish off the last 2 weeks of the process. We truly are better together. Be thankful. We're thankful for you.